believe mostly, right, most users, all strategy related smart contracts have been audited by Certic with the reports publicly available for certification. So you can check it out for yourselves. So when you put it all together, Cyrus strategies are really about one thing, and that is making passive income in DeFi simple, transparent, and accessible without needing to sacrifice the real on-chain yield or without sacrificing security at all.
Mm-hmm. Awesome, awesome. That's a very clear explanation, Caitlin. Thank you so much. And I believe like clear duration and as you just mentioned, transparent daily return, low minimum entry, and fuel automation. I mean, like it's a very beginner friendly without sacrificing real DeFi mechanics. Other than this, it's also great to hear about the certic audits and public documentation. It's really adds another layer of trust to our users. So thank you so much for that amazing answer. Other than this, I think you guys are already so much transparent, but let's talk about it in more detail because it's a big concern in DeFi right now. So how transparent is Cyrus Finance when it comes to full management in regard of fund and protocol operation?
Thank you. And that is a very relevant question, Lovely. And actually, transparency is very fundamental to Cyrus, hence as to why it is presented in our key advantages. So, all operations, guys, are executed on chain. There are no intermediaries, no middleman, no manual interventions, and no off chain fund handling. Everything is verifiable on chain. Every deposit, every strategy action, every reinvestment and withdrawal, it can be verified directly on the blockchain. So this means that the users, they don't have to trust a team or they don't have to trust a team or a company. They can only trust the code. Okay, guys, transparency really removes the uncertainty and it builds long-term confidence in the protocol as well. So once again, transparency is one of our key priorities here at Cyrus.
Okay, that's really reassuring to hear. Thank you so much for that answer. Beside that, Katie, now let's just talk about incentives. So, could you answer like how does Cyrus make money and how are the protocols incentivized aligned with our users?
Yes, that's a very good question. So as you guys can see, here is our incentive model. So Cyrus is following a very clear incentive model. And the philosophy there is that the protocol earns only when users earn. Okay? Let me repeat that to you guys. The protocol earns only when users earn. So, technically, there are no fees on each deposit you do. No fees. There are no participation fees. There is no monetization of idle funds. Okay? There is only a commission that is charged on the profits at the time of withdrawal, which is technically 17%. So if a user do not earn, Cyrus do not earn as well. Okay? Once again, the protocol earns only when users earn. Hence as to why we're only charging the commission on the profits upon withdrawal. So, having this incentive model, this completely removes the conflicts of interest and it also ensures that the protocol is focused on sustainable long-term performance rather than the short-term hype.
Okay, I got the answer. I really like this model. I mean, like, no profit for the protocol unless user profit fast. So, yeah, that's really amazing. Other than this, you also agree on that, Katie, and that security is always top priority, right? So, how safe are user fund on Cyrus Finance? Could you like assure that?
Yes, 100%. So let's go back to the safety slide that I presented. So, guys, Cyrus is fully non-custodial, okay? I want you to remember that. All the funds are managed entirely by smart contracts, not by any people, not by the team, not by centralized entities. Okay, it is all handled and managed by smart contracts. And these smart contracts are all audited by CertTech, which is As you know, guys, Certic is a globally recognized blockchain security firm, right? And this audit technically confirms that the contracts follow security best practices and it reduces the technical risks as well. So, as we know, guys, of course, well, DeFi, right, it always carries inherent risk. But remember that Cyrus is minimizing that exposure. And how we're doing that is by prioritizing transparency, automation, and verified smart contract architecture. So that is what we can assure to the people in regard to the user funds.
Okay, yeah, got it. Thank you. And other than this, looking ahead, Caitlin, what is the long-term vision for Cyrus Finance? Like, where do you see the protocol heading?
Yeah, for sure. So the long-term vision, actually, we have so much to do. We have a lot of things to achieve, but to keep it short, in our vision is presented on your screen, guys. Cyrus is aiming to build a scalable DeFi ecosystem that is centered on trust, automation, and accessibility. That is the as I can say it in one sentence. So this long-term plan that we have, right? It includes expanding strategy offerings, meaning that it's not only limited to those seven strategies that we presented. We're going to make more and more. We're going to be expanding the offerings for you guys so that you can have more choices, more freedom, more ways to earn. We're going to be integrating additional DeFi protocols and continuously improve the user experience for each and everybody of you. So the ultimate goal here is to make advanced yield strategies available to every Web3 user regardless of the technical background. Whether you're a newbie or someone expert already in the space, you will find the right perfect strategy for you. So one thing I can say, guys, through our vision, Cyrus is really designed for long-term growth, not the short-term hype. And as you can see, the vision really speaks a lot for itself.
100%. The vision is really amazing, and it's good to hear that the focus is on sustainable growth and ecosystem expansion, not just only short term hype. And that long term mindset usually like separates serious protocol from temporary trends. So, yeah, that's really impressive. And other than this, Canadian market are not always volatile. So how does Cyrus platform perform during low volatility and sideways market condition?
This is a very valid question. So, during volatility or sideways market conditions, the fee generation from pools can indeed be lower, right, compared to the highly volatile periods. And this is actually a natural part of how AMMs work, right? But however, guys, our approach with Cyrus is not to optimize for a single moment in time, okay? But we're optimizing for performance across different market cycles. So, during the periods of low volatility and there is smaller fee income, right? It's all balanced out by periods of higher volatility where the fee generation it tends to increase significantly as well. Over time, these cycles can compensate each other as well. So the key idea is that we don't rely on one specific market regime to perform well. Okay? We're very balanced out. So our main goal is to deliver the strong results over the long term, not to chase the short term spikes. Okay? So we believe that by focusing on capital efficiency and consistent participation in the fee generating activity, Cyrus is really aiming to show this solid performance on a longer horizon, even if the returns can fluctuate in the short term.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, understand. And that cycle-based approach make a lot of sense, Caitlin. Thank you so much for pointing out. And I'm like, instead of optimizing for one market phase, I believe Cyrus focus on long-term performance across different conditions, which is like healthiest strategy overall. So yeah, that's really commendable. And beside that, an important technical topic, Caitlin, like can user experience negative performance, or how does like Cyrus handle could say impermanent loss?
Yeah, that's a very good one. So, in the short term, actually, negative performance can be possible, especially during the sharp market movements. in AMM markets, impermanent loss, it's a natural phenomenon. It happens when the prices of the pooled assets, they diverge, right? That is the instance. However, for Cyrus users, this is not a real risk, okay? And you may be wondering why. So that is because the protocol can effectively fix the yield on position. So the participants, they don't directly experience the losses from the temporary market fluctuations. There are periods where the protocol might experience impermanent loss, and they're naturally offset by the times of strong market activity, higher trading volumes, and even the larger fee generation. But over the long term, guys, these cycles, they can balance out, and the impermanent loss do not impact the overall performance at all. So the key point that I want to make is that Cyrus is designed to preserve capital and to deliver sustainable yield across market cycles, so that the short-term impermanent loss is not something that users need to worry about. So that is, the main key point.
All right, yeah, got it. Thanks for addressing that directly to our listener, Caitlin. It's really reassuring to hear that users are not exposed to short-term impermanent loss effects, but that's the protocol to like design to balance the cycle over time. So now we got it. Other than this, another amazing question for you. Like it's specifically for data-driven user. So, is historical performance available for independent review? What's your take on that?
Yeah, 100%. And the main answer that I'm going to give in that question is absolutely. All the key performance, guys, all the key performance data, it's fully available on chain. So, anyone, guys, can independently verify it at any time. Okay? Even you. Okay? It's verifiable, available anytime. So, hold on. Okay, so in addition with that, In addition to that, guys, the users can also track the dynamics of the underlying pools through tools like Arkham or directly via the PancakeSwap interface. So every piece of information about fees earned in the pools, liquidity, and even in the position behavior is completely transparent and it is all accessible to everyone. So this basically ensures that the users can monitor performance themselves, and I can actually drop something to you guys over here in the chat. So if you're wondering where the poll actually is, where you can check it out for yourself. So I believe the crypto power team can maybe let the community have this link. So those are the BSC scan links where you can see um the pools where the protocol currently places funds. So here are the links to that. I can try to open it later on when we may have some time, but that is basically, everything is really available for the community to review, to check it out for themselves.
All right, yeah, got it. That level of openness is great. Thank you so much. I'm like being able to verify everything on chain or through external tools really gives user a full visibility and control. So yeah, that's a big win for the community members. Other than this, let's talk about decentralization. Like how decentralization is Cyrus finance, Caitlin? Like can the team in any way control or access user fund?
Well, I think it's, from our whole discussion, the answer may pretty already been answered from the previous questions, but to be clear with everybody, Cyrus Finance is a fully decentralized protocol that operates entirely on smart contracts. Okay, well, of course, there are administrative functions in the contracts, right? But they exist solely for adding new pools to the protocol, nothing else. Okay, that's the main purpose why we have administrative functions. No admin function can ever have access to the user